go, Odysseus.
Promise me you will come back.
What if I can't?
I want you to choose me. Ithaca's king is coming back.
No, he's not. This is a household waiting for master.
Help me go home.
Somebody get these beggars out of here!
Good afternoon, my name is Alexander. Welcome to Jare to Jared. On this week's episode, the Jareds will discuss Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey, Redemption, The Lotus Flower, Veterans, Honor, and much, much more. Let's go home.
Let's say this, to follow Agamemnon, the clear path. Trojan War is now over, it's time to go home. And Odysseus has two decisions. He can either go follow Agamemnon, follow the carved out trade route, expect to get home fine. But he said, well, let's go this way and see the world a little bit, and trade winds are better that way. We'll actually get there faster, if anything. And we'll get to go explore a little bit along the way. Made it sound like a little vacation, right?
And most importantly, I've been following Agamemnon.
Yeah, that's right.
For long enough.
I've followed him for 10 years.
Right,
We could use a break.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when you put it that way, probably not. Probably not then, because and Odysseus's tragic flaw is his curiosity. That's the thing that always gets him in trouble. Right? What's that? What's that over there? What's the siren song? What's this? What's that?
Right.
And he's got this tragic curiosity, but that's also what brings him so far. Right? And I think here's my thesis. So I'm thinking of the Odyssey. It's the hero's journey, but I'm thinking of the Odyssey as metaphor for a spiritual journey, for the journey inwards into self, and then all the monsters and demons that one finds within themselves. And then there's all these hangups along the way, right? Because when someone chooses to go on that spiritual path, there are stuck points along the way where you could get stuck on Calypso's island for 7 years and you're just hanging out with Calypso. It's fine. You're comfortable. She's beautiful.
Right.
But there's actually more ahead.
Charlize Theron.
Don't get stuck. Don't get stuck. Right. So it's this wonderful metaphor for one's own personal and spiritual development. Right?
Sure.
So that said, it's that curiosity that begins someone. Well, it's trauma and curiosity that begins someone on that path of deep searching, right? And the curiosity is both an asset and a flaw, because the asset is it keeps drawing them deeper and deeper and deeper, and one's character development then is very rich and true and real. However, it actually would have been way easier just to have never left Ithaca, or have followed Agamemnon on the carved out route.
Right.
He could have worked at PNM. It's like he didn't have to go do all of this, but he did, and he's actually a much richer, stronger individual for it.
Right. See, I don't think I would have left for the war in general.
Yeah.
I would have took Anne Hathaway and got the fuck out of there, man.
Yeah, gone west.
Because he had to go siege for a decade.
Yeah. He also didn't know.
There's no way that Agamemnon would have found him. He was busy. For 10 years, he was busy. Yeah. There's no cell phones. There's no pictures of Odysseus up.
Right.
He could have blended in. He could have
sailed to Italy.
He could have sailed to Italy.
Actually, would have that because they're going west, right? He's actually headed to Italy.
Right.
Which is kind of funny.
That's, man, we figured it out, But he didn't want to go back home.
I know.
He wanted to stay with Charlize. He even told her, I'm happy here. What if I don't want to leave?
He's like, I love Blue Lotus. I'm just like so stoned. He was stoned for 7 years.
Delicious, you know.
She was like,
and I think that's a reason why he went to war in the first place too, is because he didn't even want to be home. It could actually be a
the
story
call to adventure
of, a call to adventure. He was unhappy, despite her beautiful looks. Perhaps he, didn't like Anne Hathaway that much.
Did you know that Blue Lotus is an actual flower?
Oh.
And an actual tea. It's a psychoactive tea.
It's in Dreams of Jare.
Oh, cool.
She chews on the lotus flowers before she sees the python.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Let's get some. You could just order it online.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'll order some. We can have Blue Lotus and do an episode.
Sure.
That'd be
the
so
Blue
weird.
Lotus episode.
Yeah.
It'll last 7 years. Dalton, go pay the rent.
Yeah.
Amazing story. I was thinking at the end when he's watching the horse burn.
Yeah.
Is just how crazy that how like in our culture, the fable, the legend, the mythology of the Trojan horse, of Troy, of the Odyssey is so still apparent. Out of all the stories, you know, of course, it's one of the oldest texts, Homer's Odyssey, right? But it's awesome how it's still continued even now through sort of an oral tradition via the movies, where we're retelling the story.
Yeah, it's
through
incredible.
voice, you know.
Yeah, it'd be. Oh man, I would love to write a research paper that's entitled "The Odyssey of the Odyssey," and it would be about. So lame.
A good one.
It'd be about. It'd be about the journey of the history of the Odyssey, of the story.
Odyssey in regular, and then the Odyssey in italics.
Yeah, exactly.
Right,
the Odyssey of the Odyssey,
right?
And how the story itself got translated over and over again,
right,
throughout time, and then eventually led us to Nolan's Odyssey, which is clearly that's the last one they're never going to do. It's the pinnacle of Odysseys.
Yeah, it's the end.
No, I'm just joking.
Yeah. I would read it.
Nice.
Yeah,
I'm glad you would read it.
I feel like I don't know about this title, but it's gonna be pretty good.
All right. Well, here's a question for you.
Right.
Because we can look at this movie in so many different ways. Historical moment. It's coming out now. There's all this commentary on end of an era and going into darkness. It's really speaking to the mood of the country right now. There's all this. We can look at it from like a racial lens, a feminist lens, all these different lenses. But what I'm most interested in is what was the most moving aspect for you? Did it move you?
Moving. Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a good question. That's a good question. I don't know. I'd have to consider that. How about for you? What was the most moving moment?
Well, we'll have to come back to yours.
I guess the horse.
Yeah. Okay.
That was really moving for me. Like the idea of story. And also the idea that you can still sort of win despite so many losses in your life. When redemption is real, it's a tangible thing. And he finds forgiveness from the horse. He's able to
this is beautiful.
be there for his wife, Anne Hathaway, when she needs it the most.
Right. And
anoint his son the king.
Yeah.
And still go westward chasing the setting sun.
So powerful.
That hit hard for me because, getting older now, looking back, just like, is this all it is, Yeah. Will I forever be punished by my sins of the younger Jared? Or will I then find my ship, find my redemption, save John Leguizamo, and set sail for the setting sun? Anoint Dalton
for
queen
Italy,
of the fucking of Jurga and
sail to Italy. Yeah. Yeah, that's very beautiful. I don't know. What do you think? Is there repentance? Is there forgiveness? Is there true letting go?
I think so. 100%. And that's maturation, And like he said, as you noted, when he's on the beach with Charlize Theron, she's like, what if when you remember, your happiness, right? You might lose it.
I would have stayed on the beach with Charlize Theron for another 7 years.
That's why he was trying to convince you. He was happy, But he says, I would realize that the happiness was not real. It wasn't real, right? So
Yeah.
I think we hit on this a number of episodes ago, 20 episodes ago or whatever. Is it, we are talking about the Odyssey. Is it worth staying in the Lotus, right?
That's right. This is a throwback.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Or, is it worth seeking out the truth despite perhaps a loss of happiness, a loss of this, a loss of that?
Yeah.
Because then what
the
happens
question.
is you're not truly living, right? God, I can't remember which episode or exactly what we were talking about. You have to be able to choose the truth. And because it's not real, the only thing that matters is what's real.
Yeah.
What's tangible.
And so much, I mean, that's what really moved me is so much good commentary on the journey for truth, the seeking of truth, and how that trumps everything else. You could be on Lotus Island with Charlize Theron. Sounds great. Would love it. I would have stayed an extra 7 years, 14 full years on Blue Lotus Island with Charlize.
Sure.
However, even she saw it in him. She goes, I could tell in your heart there was something else you needed to get to. And we had a great 7 years together.
Right.
And yet I knew there was something more. And if it lives in the heart, eventually it will come alive in the mind.
Right.
And it's, oh, man. Yeah, just like, what is that pull? Keep going.
Right.
Keep going. It's incredible.
I like it too, how they personify it. You can't kill the person you are inside.
Yeah.
It's
that we all have this map.
It's like this soul. Yeah.
The soul
inner
map.
map.
Yeah.
The inner
soul
map. Another throwback.
The labyrinth within the self.
Yeah.
Guides
you can't
us.
destroy that.
You can't.
No matter how hot Charlize is.
No.
How delicious the food is.
Yeah. And we all get stuck here and there. Some people spend an entire lifetime stuck. It's okay ultimately. But yeah.
I like this line though that he says, tells his men, the gods reward persistence essentially.
Oh, that's a great
or
line.
those who fight for the gods fight for those who fight for themselves.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
and
I believe that.
I like that a lot because that gives you the determination to get home.
Yeah.
To get back to see Anne Hathaway birthday suit,
Right.
Anoint your son the king. Right. Because so many times throughout our lives, we can just stop.
Yeah.
Quit. Give up.
Sure.
I'm staying in fucking Troy, whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Met this girl during the siege and she's pretty cool. Turns out we've had some kids, whatever.
Yeah.
Stay with Charlize, whatever the case.
Yeah.
Become a pig,
Become a pig.
Get murdered by the monsters and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And we've both had gone through shit just like this, and talking about the inner self, the inner journey, panic, anxiety, health issues, whatever the case may be. You can just stop and be like, cool, well, I'm crazy now, just whatever, gonna quit my job and never really go out to the world no, fuck that. You got to go out there and you will be rewarded, but the gods only reward those who fight for themselves. You got to fight for yourself, till the end.
Yeah. And look, I think this is a pilgrimage, this life. I think this life is a pilgrimage. We come in with a mission, with some sort of sacred journey. We either do it or we don't. A lot of people come in and forget their mission, or forget it for a time, then get back to it. But it is there, and I really enjoyed thinking about trauma and PTSD watching this movie because he's a veteran.
Right.
I mean, he goes to war. And
beautiful.
His nervous system is so rattled, right? Odysseus is not someone who is capable of being in peace.
Right.
He's not. And I love that scene when they get out of Polyphemus's cave, the Cyclops' cave, right? And then just because, and they're safe, they're good, like they're going to run away and get on their ships and leave. And just because he couldn't help himself, he turns around and shoots one arrow at Polyphemus. And now the monster is chasing them
Right.
and kills a couple of men as they're trying to get into their boats to escape. He couldn't help himself because he is addicted to chaos.
Right.
Odysseus is addicted to chaos. He's not someone who
That's
can
why
sit
he
in
had to go to
peace.
the war.
Yeah.
You know?
That too, yeah. Well, yeah, and I think he does have a deep integrity and honor about him as well.
Sure.
I think he wouldn't have, that's just not the man he is.
Right,
He
right.
wouldn't have felt right.
Can't abandon
It would have been a shame. I mean, and they have the draft dodger character, Robert Pattinson,
Right,
Cedric
right,
Diggory, and that character feels an immense amount of shame that he didn't go to battle,
Right.
you know? And depending on the war, I mean, our country's so fucked, you know, I'm not talking about like the war in Iran or something like that. But if I lived in a country that was moral and ethical and the wars that it were conducting were for good reason, well, I'd go. I couldn't stay home and
Especially if everybody else went.
yeah. Oh my God, you'd have to. You'd live in
Have to.
shame. You know,
Yeah.
this is written into our DNA as men.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Human beings, you know.
Yeah.
Gotta live for the honor.
Yeah.
It's super interesting. I love the veteran references throughout the movie too.
Yeah,
and
totally.
the trauma. Freaking John Bernthal's traumatized over there, you know, with his wife Helena Troy. Not very happy though.
Right.
Brother died. He's freaking crying, feasting.
Yeah.
Odysseus has his issues. These are problems that have affected veterans still to this day. And I just recently watched last night great Tom Hanks movie called Greyhound. And he wrote it. It's great. You should watch it if you ever get the chance. It's only an hour and a half long. It's a perfect movie. But anyways, there's this line where he, throughout the whole movie, the cook keeps trying to get him to eat food on the ship.
Yeah.
It's about these ships that pass through this, you know, they call it the pit or whatever in Nazi Germany and Europe across the Atlantic, you know. And he's the captain, of course, Tom Hanks, who has to protect the whole entire convoy through this like 48-hour little, you know, and they're getting hunted by freaking U-boats the whole time. It's really crazy. So the cook's trying to get him to eat food because he doesn't eat food for the whole entire movie. Every time he serves him up some food, he gets called. It's like a funny little tool throughout the movie, you know. But they have this little conversation, him and the chef, and he's just like, "Did you get some sleep last night, sir?" And he's like, "I never learned how to." Tom Hanks tells him, "I never learned how to sleep on a ship." And the chef tells him, "This is the only place I can sleep."
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh man, that's such a good like little commentary on veteran freaking PTSD of just like how much even these things of like being able to sleep, being able to do this, you know, will affect a person so much, you know, so intensely. Yeah. And we get shown that when he listens to the siren song, tells him
Such a good
everything
scene,
he
man.
wants. Everything he can't have.
Oh, that was so beautiful. I
Oh
was
my
like,
God, so good.
yeah. And it was everything he wanted, he had already had, but didn't realize he had it
Right.
until later.
Literally
so it's this
trauma.
like longing, this nostalgia. I had it and I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't. Yeah, like the love of Penelope, right? I mean, that like that. And I'm sure it was for him, all that kind of stuff. Just like I had it.
And a lifetime of stuff.
I was there,
you know,
and a lifetime of stuff.
Yes.
And that's part of what was really moving for me as well is the decades, 2 decades worth of pain, of grief, of tragedy. And he finally gets there and sees her. And it's just like it's so heartbreaking. Just like 20 years, like gone. I'm gone.
Crazy. Right. He tells Charlize, "How could you do this to me?" You know, thought we were
He did
in
it to
love.
himself, though. He wasn't ready to go home.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. I wouldn't have been ready either. such a great movie, man. So great. And Jared and Jared can be rather critical of film.
No, this one was great.
We're brutal.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Couldn't stand Hamnet.
Yeah. Hated Hamnet, hated Killers of the Flowers Moon. Yeah. The list goes on.
No, this is great though.
But yeah, this was one of Christopher Nolan's best. If not, it might be his best to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was phenomenal. The cinematography, the costumes, the acting, the
it's like the
cool
perfect amount of
Christopher
action
Nolan
too.
time shifts too, where you're like in his memory, then you're back in the present, then you're like back in fucking John Bernthal's memory, and then back, and then they connect his memory later on. Yeah. When fucking Charlize tells him what happens to Agamemnon, or whatever the case, right? Yeah. Just really good Christopher Nolan fucking storytelling.
Very good.
Yeah.
And I kept having memories of high school when we read the Odyssey, and the teacher, her name was Mrs. Clement, and she was this old Irish woman, and she was teaching us the Odyssey, and man, she had so many good lines like teaching us. I remember the Lotus Eaters, and she was like, it's really thick Irish accent, but she was like, she's like imagine San Francisco 1967, like you just everyone was just stoned as fuck for 7 years, and then Odysseus loses his men. That's how it gets played out in the original story. He wasn't eating lotus with Calypso, but I do like how they did that. And then another one she talks about the nobody thing, which they ditched in this movie, which I understand why, but then they thematically laid it out throughout, where the whole Polyphemus thing is he's freaking out and just went blind. And he's saying, who blinded me? Who blinded me? And then Odysseus says, my name is Nobody. And then Polyphemus goes, nobody blinded me. Nobody hurt me. And then all of his Cyclops buddies are like, think he's schizophrenic or something. So they don't bother checking on him.
Right.
And the whole thing is nobody. I am nobody. Who is the self, right? And Odysseus could not have arrived home as Odysseus. He could not have, because it would have been, he would have shown up in his armor. He would have shown up ready to go to battle. And it just would have been a complete mess. He would have shown up as this warrior, guns blazing, right? And like, that's not how he needed to show up. Instead, he shows up as a beggar.
Right.
Nobody at all.
Great point. Yeah.
And he shows up clean. And I think that's part of that inner journey, that spiritual journey of just dropping the ego, dropping who we thought we were, dropping all of these things that we attach to in order to say, hey, look at me. I'm somebody. Celebrate me. Look how wonderful I am.
Right.
I'm a warrior returning home. I'm the king returning home. All of this. He had to show up clean, empty, clear.
Right.
Having gone into the underworld and seen what he really did and seen the pain that he inflicted onto these men. He's a different man after that underworld scene.
Right.
Because he saw, this is the consequences of my actions.
Right.
And it's not until someone truly sees the consequences of their actions, really, how it felt for the other people involved, that they can become clean.
Right. And it was saying back to sort of the King Lear thing, when he was at his lowest, that's when he was able to become nobody. Exactly. That's when he was able to shred the ego and empathize finally, and that's also another story of hope, going back to redemption, a story of redemption,
It is such a story of redemption, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. All his men are dead. Freaking.
He shows up with nothing.
He's old, gray hair, And
there's a way to look at the story and say, well, what a fucking asshole. It's like, what a egotistical bastard. All his men die. He gets to go home. Why is it just about him, But I think when we take this spiritual journey, inner journey perspective of it, the men who he is losing along the way, it's like the parts of ourselves in our own journeys that we're losing and letting go of, you know,
Right.
the 20-year-old version of myself who thought this and thought that. I had to lose him. He had to jump off the ship at some point. I had to leave him behind in order to continue onwards.
Now, if those parts of ourselves became pigs,
Yeah.
you know, Cersei's saying they don't appear to be who they are. You know, this is who they are.
That was great.
They're the pit, you know, disgusting pigs, whatever.
Yeah.
But Odysseus reasons with her
Yeah.
and tells her essentially they just want to go home. You know, let them go home. So if these are your parts of yourself, you don't necessarily want to slaughter them and eat them and disrespect these parts of yourself.
No.
Going back to the Jaredvich room. Malkovich.
Yeah.
Instead, you want to let them become whole again and go home.
Beautiful.
And be able to, you know,
Go home.
depart and live. That's it. Go home.
I hope that's what it's like when I die. It'll be, who knows? But yeah, I hope it'll be like a going home.
Right.
Going home, you know, and hopefully whoever is in the room with me, if anyone will, you know, just sincerity, just hands on their hearts and just like, thanks. You know, thanks. Go home.
Go home. It's time to go home.
Yeah.
You know, look at me, son. And I want Liam Neeson to do it. Look at me. You're going home. There's this scene in this movie where they get into a plane wreck and he talks this guy. The guy's going to die. His friend's going to die. And he just like talks him into death. And it's the most comforting thing in the world.
Beautiful.
Look at me, son. No, look at me. You're going to die now. You're going home, son.
It's incredible.
Look at me. Holding his hands, freaking calms him down. Just like,
and for someone to be able to truly do that, the strength of spirit for someone to guide another person into death that way with that much grace.
Incredible.
Liam Neeson, what a guy. Jesus Christ.
Guy's a sage, man.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, I just recently watched Spider-Man and it was okay, but it's way too long.
Yeah, you're saying
for unnecessary reason. This is a Marvel movie. You're not winning an Oscar. Right, cut out some of these sappy scenes. Like, you know, come on, get to the action.
Yeah.
I was like highly uncomfortable after an hour and a half. And it was almost 3 hours long.
Oh, God. I would lose my mind.
This movie, on the other hand, incredible. I didn't even realize it was that long. It just goes by.
Yeah, it just flew.
Because the writing's good, the acting's good, the fucking action scenes are good, the sad scenes are good and necessary. Definitely. All that stuff. I actually love long movies. Yeah. Those that are meant to be long. Exactly. Yeah. You know, like
I have a tough time with superhero movies taking the like getting into the emotional depths of it.
Right.
I'm like, it's freaking Spider-Man. Like, come on. Like, I don't care.
Hint at it. Sure. Cool. Like, if we were superheroes, we would have these conflicts too.
Yeah.
But don't take an hour and 20 minutes to do it. Do it in like 2 scenes.
Yeah.
And then get back to him fucking kicking ass, flying around the city.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. But the Odyssey is like, the whole point is that it's getting at this really like this depth of spirit, depth of the human experience. And it is grief, it is tragic, it is all of it. But we open to it. We open to every portion of it as best as we can. And that's the journey. That's the Odyssey.
I like the tie-in too of the no face or the no name.
Yeah.
Homer. They don't know if he existed or not.
Nice.
The Odyssey is actually kind of like the Bible in a way.
Yep.
There could have been numerous contributors to it. We don't really know.
No, we have no idea. Yeah. If I had to guess, it's just a guess. I don't know anything about the Odyssey of the Odyssey. But if I had to guess, I imagine it's very, very ancient stories going back. Because when we talk about the ancient Greeks, we're talking about, 3,000 years ago, something like that. So if I had to guess, these stories go back way further, 10,000 years. I'm sure they go back very far.
Sure.
Oral traditions. And then eventually someone potentially named Homer was like, oh, maybe we should write these down.
We should write these down.
You know, and then maybe it was just, and I imagine they were disparate stories that at some point were brought together into a single story.
Just like, what is the name of that guy they talk about in the taverns?
Yeah.
He fought giants. Oh, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Odysseus. Fucking write that one down.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. Yeah. Just really cool to also think of like the authorless book, you know, how the story itself stands alone.
Yeah.
And truly the
like the life force just spit it up out of the ether. Right. Who's the French freaking post-structuralist? Foucault. In full Foucault fashion, the author is dead. Yeah. It's just,
and the book is a living entity, you know, and that's the horse too, you know. It comes back.
The horse grabbed you.
It did. That's the living entity. Is a story that passes along the ages. Oh, imagine if they're fucking making virtual movies of Dreams of Jare in 3,000 years.
So cool.
That'd be so amazing.
The law of Zeus. I'll talk about the law of Zeus because that was important.
Yeah.
So
I like somebody finally showed, just to interject, that religion on a serious scale. It's usually shown as just like, you know, people dancing and like, oh, they're doing sacrifices, or it never seems to like really be commented on how they prayed to these gods.
Oh, cool.
How there was a law around Zeus and how people really treated it sort of like a Christianity.
Definitely.
You know.
Beautiful. Yeah, it was very interwoven into the environment of the story, which was great.
Yes.
Yeah, it didn't actually feel exoticized or something. It was just like, this is just the waters they swim in.
Right.
Zeus is here, and it's a animistic religion, ocean gods, and everything. That's just kind of how it exists. Okay.
Sure.
Great. Yeah, that was cool. But the law of Zeus, the idea behind it was that if a stranger comes into your house, you have to feed them because it might be Zeus in disguise, right?
Right.
Which is just another way of saying that togetherness, empathy. When someone comes into your space, you break bread with them.
Jesus style. Love thy neighbor.
Love thy neighbor. It's love thy neighbor. And there's a deep sense of connection there. It's really beautiful. And then that law, you see it get abused by the suitors. They're drinking Odysseus's wine for 20 years, which is wild. That dude had that much wine stocked up.
Seriously.
20 years of wine. He must have been so rich. But it gets abused, right? Over and over again. And then the Trojan horse at the end, he says, I took the law of Zeus and I broke it.
Right.
Right. Essentially, we were at the gates and then we're invited in, so to speak, even though they're hiding.
An offering.
Yeah, exactly. And then murdered their hosts. Right. So took the law of Zeus and completely bastardized it. And then not only that, but that becomes the cause for the fall of civilization, the fall of Greece, the fall of ancient Greece.
Right.
And all of that culture and everything they had, you know, and like, look at what we had, look at the civilization, the riches and all of that. And what broke that was breaking the law of Zeus, which is breaking love thy neighbor.
Right.
Now we're moving into an age of degradation and violence.
Right.
And anger and rage and all of that. And it was a wonderful commentary on what holds a civilization together and what's breaking currently as well. I think Nolan was pretty consciously speaking to us as 21st century Americans.
Right. Yeah. When we burned Troy, we burned the world.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly. The microcosm and the macrocosm.
Right.
And to see it, to be there for it. Odysseus is this figure that's there for all the big historical moments of his time, essentially.
Sure.
Right? To have seen it. I mean, imagine being there when the nuclear bomb was first built or something. Like, that's the level of the Trojan horse for these guys.
Right. The scene of just like, you've heard the story, Trojan horse. Did you ever hear about me being the inside of the horse?
That was great.
That was so fucking sick, man.
Yeah.
Just them shitting on each other and like, freaking out. Because I'd have been like that guy. I'd have been like, get me the fuck out of here. Been in here for days with you guys, like claustrophobia.
Sweating. So, oh my God.
When they get out, they're like kind of limping around, from being in the horse for so long. Just so good. Attention to detail,
So good.
and just very creative way to take an old story and do it new.
Definitely.
Always try to push my students to be like, as long as you can pick a topic that's not necessarily, new per se, it's been read, but bring me a new perspective on it. Just something new. Make it creative,
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan got an A on that one.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you. When Cersei is turning the men or turning the pigs back into men, she's saying, so she has this chant and it's something like put your disguises back on. Put your disguises back on. Because for her, the truth was that they were pigs. They were fucking disgusting.
Right.
And then she thought that the armor and the regalia and all of that's the disguise.
Right.
So Cersei, as the witch, this island witch, her purpose is to show truth, so to speak. What's the truth? How do we know the truth of someone? Oh, this is a good question, actually. It's been plaguing me. How do we know the truth of someone?
Right.
What is someone's truth? Were they pigs? Were they men? Were they warriors? Were they scared children? What were they?
Right. Are
they nobody?
Are they nobody? Yeah. I think they're all things.
Yeah.
They are pigs, but they are also just men who want to go home. They are also men who have families and haven't seen Ithaca in 10 years,
Yeah.
But that's not to say that going back to these sort of pieces of ourselves, that they weren't also pigs inside too. I mean, they did just go slaughter Troy women and children.
They did.
Burn the whole city down to the ground, you know? So that's pretty vicious behavior, no doubt. But I think it's showing two sides. You can be the cynic and say they're nothing but pigs. I've seen the true you inside. You're fucking sick. Even though they didn't even do anything to her.
Yeah.
Or you can be Odysseus and give somebody the benefit of the doubt and be able to acknowledge their flaws.
Yeah.
But also acknowledge their humanity.
Man.
Acknowledge the animal within inside, but acknowledge the humanity and be able to still, he still put his neck out for them.
He did. End. Yeah. And I love how flawed he is. And I'm seeing that myself. The past week, I've been seeing I'm a flawed individual, and it's well, duh, but I don't know. I'm feeling it more, just allowing it more. It's okay. And I'm a human.
Sure.
I'm dropping my perfectionism, I feel like.
Right.
Just thank God.
Good.
That stuff's terrible.
Yeah. The Jare Odyssey. But I think it takes these watershed moments. During the sack of Troy, he just standing there, just staring at the chaos and destruction. And he's like, no more, He really...
Sometimes that's what it takes.
It just takes the sack of Troy. I heard this
great line once that God gives us lessons in the gentlest form possible. Right? But if we don't receive the lesson, the intensity is going to ramp up just because God wants us to get the lesson. But it's always the gentlest that could be to wake us up a bit.
Right.
So sometimes that means he could have been lying there with Penelope and his son 20 years ago and been like fully aware of what he had. And that would have been it. But for some reason had to go through a 20-year journey of seeing all this war and bloodshed and never again, and getting lost and being on Calypso's island for 7 years to finally, oh, I had it. So the lessons kept ramping up more and more and more and more intensity.
Right. Yeah. I like that too, but the gods won't ever put you through more than you can handle.
That kind of thing. Yeah. But just enough to push you forward.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. And really, his men just represented, a symbol of his journey.
Yeah.
Essentially, and they were also worked as sort of like a foil in a way. Leviticus or whatever, his first mate.
Yeah. Jeevan.
He was the other side of the coin. Let's go down this way. Let's do this.
Reason.
Let's go up to the thing, You don't want this to be a mutiny, whatever the case,
Yeah.
But those guys ended up eating the sun god's freaking calves.
As if the sun god wouldn't see. Come on.
I know, my God. And he told him, he told him.
Yeah.
And that's a real representation of someone who has transcended sort of the earthly base need of just hunger, of just wanting to, do whatever. He was willing to actually not defy the gods. He was willing to starve to death on that beach.
Yeah.
If it meant saving the men.
Yeah.
But instead, they were still young at heart. They went for the meat. They ate the apple in the garden,
What was wonderful too is the way that was shot, because they're all huddled around in a pit in the dark, hiding from the sun god.
Yeah.
Like, oh, maybe the sun god won't see us at night.
Right.
Like there's so much. It's like someone doing something shameful, and they know it's shameful, and they're trying to do it in the shadows.
In there in the shadows.
There's so much to say.
And then look at what they say.
Yeah.
We weren't trying to hide from the sun god. We were trying to hide it from you.
Yeah.
In that moment, he has become, elevated above the base need. He has become more than just, he's embraced his morality, his ideologies.
Oh, interesting.
His beliefs,
He's aligning himself. Oh, man. And even letting
he's the superior man.
He is. No, he is. He is. And that's the whole point. That's why he wasn't ready to go back to Ithaca yet, because he wasn't primed. He wasn't seasoned enough. Right? He wasn't yet nobody.
Right.
He had to go through that dissolution of self. He had to go through that process until he was truly nobody, until he let go. And like you're saying with the sun god's cattle scene, that is a moment where he says, I'm going to speak the language of the gods, so to speak. I'm going to trust it. I'm getting these messages and I don't understand them and I don't know. But you know what? I'm going to let go into it. I'm going to let go into the life force that's larger than me. And then that scene when he's finally leaving Calypso's island and he lets go. He lets go into the ocean, right? It's this oceanic experience. It's this experience of ego dissolution of self,
right?
And letting go into the full oneness and universality of all things, which is kind of the goal of the spiritual path, and then comes out the other side clean, like a baby,
right?
Like new. And now he can go home.
The rebirth,
exactly.
Yeah. In the sea. Yeah.
So I find it so beautiful. And then all his parts, all those men eating sun god's cattle, they're still living in shame. They're still hiding. They're still trying to do it their way as opposed to life's way.
Right. Good. Yeah, that reminds me of the Greyjoys in Game of Thrones. The like new king, if you get anointed by the people, the king, they drown you until you lose consciousness.
Oh, right.
And then they put you on the shore and see if you come back to life.
That's brilliant. That's really cool.
The words of their house are, "What is dead may never die." And this really hits at the Odyssey too.
Yeah.
Fucking George Martin. Brilliant. Yeah.
And we've had all these conversations on near-death experience and death simulation and rebirth.
Exactly. Yes. Yes.
The J to J rebirth simulator.
Right.
Man.
What is dead may never die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a question, because I want to come back to the Cersei thing, actually. So she says these men are pigs. They've pillaged, they've raped. And she's right. She doesn't know any of them, never met any of them before, but knows that they're warriors coming back from Troy, and she can put two and two together.
Right.
And then Odysseus, Matt Damon says, did they hurt you? Like, what is this? Like, what are you holding on to? And this is this great, I feel like this is this like feminist commentary or something in there, because you have, I think a lot of women probably feel that way. Just this female rage of just like, oh man, like, God, we've all been so hurt by men, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And that is kind of an argument that you can look at a woman and say like, well, I don't know, did something happen individually to you? And a lot of women have suffered for sure, but I'm sure there are some who just like, no, but there's still some rage there, you know?
Right.
I don't know. There's something interesting. Like, I guess what's the difference between like, what is justice or what is revenge or something like that? Because it's, did they do it to you or did they do it to the collective? And what are you actually mad about?
Right.
You know, because they didn't hurt. Like, what's the problem?
Right. Right. Yeah.
Any thoughts on that?
Cersei would have led the cancel culture in 2020.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I think there's it's a larger issue that can affect everyone, not only from gender to racism to all kinds of stuff, just like all of a sudden I hate all white people because white people did this or whatever, or all brown people, all black people, all Asians because of COVID, whatever the case, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, did the one person actually, you know, or like a lot of people hating Americans or whatever, just like, are all them Trump, you know, did they do anything to you personally, whatever the case?
Yeah. Like, no, I held the door open for you. I was really nice. You know, why are you so pissed at me? Like, you don't know me. And it's like, well, I don't know you, but you don't know the suffering that I've experienced from people like you. So I'm scared.
Yeah.
You know?
So the fear and the judgment comes from a place of reality, actually, whereas in she's met lots of these soldiers before. She is a goddess. She saw what happened at Troy.
Yeah.
All this stuff. She's been assaulted by, you know, the male gods or whatever the case.
Right.
But they personally didn't do anything to her personally.
Yeah.
But that doesn't necessarily mean you also drop your morals and ideologies.
Yeah.
So if we're in World War II and like a bunch of German soldiers come to the door asking for some food or whatever, I invite them in, and then me and Grid attack them, you know, murder all of them. It's like, well, they didn't do anything to you, but
yeah, they're Nazis.
They're Nazis. As an American, I'm like, oh, fuck these guys, you know?
Yeah.
But that question is brought up a bunch back to Greyhound, Tom Hanks, when they sink one of the subs.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, we killed 50 of those Krauts, you know?
Yeah.
And he's like, that's 50 souls, son. And just like walks in all depressed, you know?
Yeah.
And there's that question is, at what point do we Cersei it up too much where we're just, you know, murdering the large group with abandoning the individual?
Yeah.
What side is right? It's a moral conundrum.
Yeah.
You know, is it to Tom Hanks where, you know, fucking I still feel bad for the Krauts. Those are just young boys out there, Germans. Or are you going to go the other way, freaking Braveheart, as long as I can kill some Englishmen, I'm good, freedom.
Right. Because what I like about that exchange between Cersei and Odysseus is they're both right. Because Cersei's right, because again, they definitely pillaged and raped and everything else. So she's right. And Odysseus is right too, because what'd they do to you? We're here trying to get home and you're on this creepy little island by yourself. Like what? And you've apparently been doing this for years because there's all that other armor left over in the lawn outside her hovel. Right. So this is something she's been doing to many men over and over again. And it's like, yeah, just what are you trying to achieve? And why are you the one to dole out justice here? What is this?
Right.
But there's complexity there.
Sure.
And I remember reading Cersei by Madeline Miller, which is so good. Came out like 10, 15 years ago or something. And it's this just deep dive into Cersei and tells the whole story with so much detail. And that the whole thing about Cersei is that she's pissed. She's a pissed off woman because shitty things happen to her.
Right.
Right. So it's like she has a really strong, deep character. And part of that is this frustration and this anger and taking it out on the people around her.
Right.
Even though her anger is like kind of justified, it's also not always moral and correct.
Right. Yeah. But she ends up letting him go in the end.
She does. Yeah.
And sees reason.
Yeah, Odysseus. That's true.
And I think that's that's maybe right there the clincher of the Cersei versus the Odysseus side. Is Cersei still can maintain her own truth, but she sees reason and she lets the men go home.
Right.
She doesn't try to kill them. She doesn't throw them on the T app or on Facebook or something like that. She lets them go home, but she's not also going to go risk her life for them and all this shit. It's okay to let the Nazis just go home, I guess, Just go home, But you don't have to be like, all right, now I'm going to be a Nazi,
Right. Yeah. There's complexity there. I love the archetypal quality of all this stuff too. Like I remember reading like Plato and stuff for the first time in college and loving that even though this stuff was happening 3,000-4,000 years ago, it still felt so relatable.
Right.
Like this witch turning all the men into pigs because she's pissed off, or men are pigs or whatever. It's just like, man, like every culture probably has for thousands of years, like that resonates.
Right.
It's like, oh, men are such pigs sometimes,
Sure.
Yeah,
sure.
It's funny.
It is funny.
Yeah. Apparently people have been expressing that disgust with some men for thousands and thousands of years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Part of the human game, I guess.
I guess so. Fucking swine.
Yeah, right.
Both of us. Haggard too. I like the inclusion of his dog too.
Oh,
and the
that's
dog
beautiful.
stayed alive. And hurting the dog, it gets me every time.
Yeah, that's so sad.
Damn it.
Those guys are so mean.
Fucking assholes, Yeah, I don't know. I liked it. I liked it all.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. The Cyclops, the design was good too.
The design was good.
How he's all freaky looking.
The Cyclops is he wasn't really CGI'd. That's like a puppet.
Some guy just looks like that.
Puppet.
Oh.
Yeah, they found some crazy dude. Yeah, a lot of that movie is not CGI.
Really?
Yeah.
Love that.
So he tried to use as little CGI as he could, which was cool during like the boat scenes and the giants and the armor.
Yeah.
Those were actual guys, I think, running around.
What was that supposed to be?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
The little kid.
It's been a while since I read the Odyssey, but
I do remember the giants scene.
You do remember the giants? I don't remember the giants in it, but
I don't know. I'd have to refresh my memory and read it again.
All right. Well,
because that had to have been a god, the young boy.
I guess, or was it just to say because he was like as big as a man, but then they were like, wait, it's a child.
Right.
That's confusing. And then it was like, oh, giants. How old do you think he was when he left?
38,
Maybe. I think a little younger.
30. Yeah,
Yeah, I'd say 30.
sure. Maybe even like 27 or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
If I had to guess, I'd say,
Right.
29.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so he would be 50 when he gets back.
Sure.
Yeah, which, God, there's a lot of change happens in that time.
It does. Sitting on the beach, freaking.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I want to mention Blue Lotus. I think that maybe it was actually important for him to be eating Blue Lotus for 7 years. Maybe that was actually part of his healing process and letting go process. Dude was essentially on psychedelics every day for 7 years straight.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
So,
that really helped his trauma out.
yeah, like actually, I mean,
It did.
I think that was a kind of important part of his journey and there was respite and there was relief. And sometimes we need that. We
what would
really
have happened if he would have made it back home right away after Troy?
If he went home right away?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think one, his nervous system cannot handle peace, right? He is not coming home a peaceful man. He is coming home with a big ego. I just won the Trojan War.
Right.
He's coming home with a big ego, and he's coming home with a lot of rage and unprocessed grief and violence in him. Right? He's not a graceful person if he goes home immediately. So I'm not sure exactly what would happen, but it wouldn't have been a peaceful experience. I think now he's a warrior and identifies with that. I think Vietnam would have happened. And by that, I mean, in World War II, all these guys went to battle, got super traumatized, over-identified with being in the military, warriors. And then in the 70s, all of these guys who built their career in the military essentially wanted to have another World War II where we get to be, we did it. We saved the world, guys.
Right.
They wanted to carry that forward. I actually do think Vietnam was just this traumatic repeat of World War II, but without any of the actual need for war. I think it was just this self-generated fucked up thing.
Right.
So I honestly believe that he would have gone home and then would have immediately found another war to go to, or he would have ruled Ithaca like a tyrant, something like that.
Or just really depressed, start beating Anne Hathaway and Tom Holland.
Yeah,
Tom Holland. Yelling at Tom Holland every night.
Yeah.
And I don't think they would have been welcomed back, as Agamemnon tells him in Hades.
Nice. Yeah.
They wouldn't, just like Vietnam, they wouldn't have been welcomed back as heroes by everyone. You know?
Yeah. You have to come back nobody.
And them betraying Zeus's law. Yeah. A lot of people probably look down on the Trojan War, and what they did over there.
Dude, let me just check the time. I'm gonna go in a few, but I love the integrity and honor of Penelope. So I want to talk about that, the archetype of the good woman, because there's a question and there's doubt for some time in Odysseus around her faithfulness, right?
Right.
Oh, was she just trying to replace me with one of these suitors? He's unsure. He doesn't know. He's just heard whispers essentially here and there of, your house is full of suitors and your wife is getting sick of waiting for you. And he's like, wait, Penelope? Like, I thought I knew her, right? I thought I knew her.
He does know, though. He tells her to marry someone else.
Yeah.
And he does say that she has many reasons to have forgotten me.
Yeah. But her virtue is questioned a couple times until he finally gets home and then sees her and understands, like, oh no, I have never left her heart. She has never left mine.
Right.
Over the course of 20 years.
Yeah.
And now they're on the same team. They're going to battle together.
Right.
I was like, oh, that got me. I was like, this is beautiful. So nice.
And he wore the pin.
And he
never took it off.
20 years.
20 years. Incredible. Beautiful. Still holding her pin. That's the type of love I want to find. The Anne Hathaway love.
Seriously, the Anne Hathaway love.
God.
It's rare, dude.
I don't know. In the relationships I've been in, she would have started hooking up with freaking Robert Pattinson as soon as I hit the boat to go to Troy.
Dude. Yeah.
So the night of sailing to Troy.
Yeah.
Married a new suitor.
Yep.
Couldn't blame her though. Robert Pattinson. I mean, come on.
Yeah, he's all right. Yeah. He's a little young for her though, huh?
He's not too young anymore.
Yeah.
He's probably like 40s.
He's not like 16 still, like he was in Harry Potter.
Yeah, no. He's weird. Not. Yeah.
He
that's
aged.
weird.
That's strange.
Still just see him as Edward in Twilight.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That one too.
Such a good actor, man.
He's good.
I love him.
Oh, him in The Lighthouse is.
Oh.
The Lighthouse is one of my favorites.
Right.
We got to do another viewing of The Lighthouse one day and put it into the J to J log.
We really should. So we should do The Lighthouse soon, actually.
Yeah.
After we finished watching that movie, we all felt like we were in a different dimension.
Oh,
like
yeah. You and Andrea, we all felt insane. Like something had happened.
Movie's fucking crazy.
I've never been the same after that.
Black and white. Freaking madness. Yeah.
So good.
I also like the integrity of Leguizamo's character.
Yeah.
The ideal friend.
Definitely. Yeah.
That, protects the son, raising the son, protects the court.
Always loyal. Yeah.
Protecting Hagrid.
So
Hagrid
honorable.
A kiss,
Yeah, so honorable.
So honorable.
I just love those figures of honor.
Right.
It just makes me feel strong. It makes me feel good seeing that. Because there's also that in the human experience.
Yes.
Right? The dog too, waiting for 20 years. That's beautiful.
It exists, Yeah.
It exists. Yeah. There are these unbreakable bonds that get formed, and this dedication to one another. Yeah. Ability to move forward and clear out all the suitors, all the stuff, all the bullshit.
Right.
Yeah, it's powerful.
On behalf of the Jareds, thank you for listening. Follow, rate, and tell your friends. The Jays will be back next time, and always remember, if a god will wreck you yet again on the wine dark sea, you can bear that too, with the spirit tempered to endure. Have a great weekend.